All right, hello everybody. Testing, testing. Hope you all can hear me. Hopefully, you all can hear the game. Sci Games. All right. Hopefully, my volume is still substantial enough that you can both hear the game and me. So, just guys, let me know if I need to fix anything. Um, I'm not sure if I can, but I'll do my best. Um, okay, can't hear the game. Well, that's just lovely. Okay, this is where we go through what I like to call trial and error. All right. Okay, this is probably not going to be great. This is probably the audio quality is probably not going to be very great because I just turned off my headphones. But is this better? Like, can you at least hear it somewhat? I know it's probably not super amazing, but it's at least hearable now. Okay, works now. Yeah. So, app. The horse story has arrived. Let's see. That's so weird because I can hear it just fine on my end. Let's see. Hello, Goofroll. Hey, everyone. Yeah, so I'm using very, let's just say, primitive technology. Okay. All right, that's not favorable. Let's see. Is there anything else I could possibly do? Hey, racing dude. Yeah, it's just picking up the echo. That's what I was planning on. That's kind of what I ended up doing here because let's just say that I'm not exactly very um I'm not exactly an expert on video game streaming. I'm just using StreamYard. So, is this fine with everybody? I know this is far from favorable, but I can tweak it as I can maybe get figure out how to do it better as the game moves along. Or let's see, there's also nope. Let's see my speaker. Device. Does this see me? Let's see, does this sound any better? If not, I'm just gonna go ahead and just start the game. That's a very good point, German Shoulder. Okay, then. Look, as long as it's fine with you guys, then we'll just go on ahead. We've memorized the sounds. All right, I'm just gonna rely on that for this because that's gonna save me a lot of trouble. All right, then. We shall imagine. I'm just limited to. I don't exactly have much of a gaming setup, so so quite literally, I'm streaming on a Mac right now, so I know that's like a huge handicap. So let's just play the game. How does this work? I'll just worry about that later. Let's just play the game. All right, I know the basic concepts. I know that plot of it. So one day, okay. All right, so one day at Tokyo Racecourse. Oh, I wonder what happens. No, that doesn't. That's unfortunately not. I wish I could, but I can't. Okay, one day at Tokyo Racecourse. Okay, I guess it's a nice little comic book. The URA race finale with all right, we got all of our favorites here. We got Triple Crown winner Narita Bryan, Triple Crown winner Symboli Rudolph, Machikane Fukutaru, who beat Silent Tezuka, the Phantom Agnes Tachion, Haru Urara, everyone's favorite loser, Bronze Collector, Nice Nature, Grass Wonder, winner of the year in McKinnon 98, Silent Tezuka, the ill-fated winner of the Takarazuka Kinnon 90, I believe it was 98, Special Week, winner of the 1999 Japan Cup over Montjeu, Tokai Teo, the Phantom Triple Crown winner and great comeback runner, Majiro McQueen, the top stayer of the world, Rice Shower, Black Assassin, Gold Chip, well, everyone knows her, Mayano Top Gun, named after the movie, Dewa Scarlet, everyone's favorite idiot, Vodka, her totally not romantic rival, Oguri Cap, the horse who ate a lot and came back a lot, the Japanese Seabiscuit. And Super Creek, the rival to Oguri Cap and responsible for more mommy issues than any racehorse I've ever seen. Does that seem all good to all you? All right, let's get going. Let me tell you, I know horseball. Let's just say that. Let's see what happens, folks. Oh yeah, she did. All right, the URA finale, kind of this. I know that it's like this game's equivalent of like the what's the word? Damn it, I'm blanking. The Breeders' Cup. It's like the Breeders' Cup. Who are we cheering for? You know what? That's a good question. Who are we placing my money on here? Well, I gotta think of something. You know what? Gold Ship. Well, final answer. Gold Ship. I have a plushie of that horse. Let's just do this thing. All right, and we're off and racing. Good start for all. Silent Tezuka, as expected, goes right to the early lead. Oguri Cap to the outside, chases right behind. Special Week in mid-pack early on here as we're going into the first turn. Oguri Cap settles into position. On the inside of them, it's Grass Wonder. Silent Tezuka all by herself on the lead. Far behind the lead in second position is Grass Wonder out in the first corner into the second. Now Silent Tezuka has taken the lead, but can she keep it? As we're now rounding the turn, they've completely escaped from the rest of the pack. Grass Wonder is in second, and Bully Rudolph is right on their flanks as we're down the back stretch. Rice Shower is comfortable with Dewa Scarlet, and then it's Oguri Cap. A huge gap back to Special Week and Narita Bryan. On the outside of them, Tokai Teo is lying in wait as we go down the back stretch. Nice Nature along with Matakane Fukutaru and Majiro McQueen as we're now down the back stretch. It's a bunch of horses up front. Silent Tezuka completely by themselves as expected, running solo. Dewa Scarlet is lying right behind them. There's Grass Wonder with Rice Shower. Those two only a length apart. Oguri Cap, and there's Symboli Rudolph. Dewa Scarlet is behind them. There's Agnes Tachyon with Special Week. Tokai Teo, Nice Nature. And there's Majiro McQueen on the far outside of them. Vodka is towards the tail end with Nice Nature. Towards the end of it, Machikane Fukutaru, Gold Chip, and as expected, Haru Urawa is completely detached from the field in the URA finale. As we continue to round the bend, Silent Tezuka remains a confident leader, but Grass Wonder has taken over the lead here. It looks like Grass Wonder has finally caught up to Silent Tezuka. Silent Tezuka is back down to earth, folks. There goes Rice Shower on the outside with Majiro McQueen, and there's Special Week. Special Week moves past Silent Tezuka. There she goes. It's now Special Week who's in front. Back behind them, it is going to be Grass Wonder along with Silent Tezuka, Tokai Teo, but it's Special Week clear in front. 400 meters left to go. It's Silent Tezuka to the inside. Special Week, the season one protagonists are going to duke it out. Then it's Tokai Teo with her idol Symboli Rudolph. Special Week on the outside. Silent Tezuka to the inside. They're coming down to the finish. It is Special Week by a few lengths. Then it was Silent Tezuka in second place. Well, sometimes you just can't beat season one. Oh, hey, it's Tokino Minoru. She's totally not a horse. What an excellent race. My heart is aflutter. All right, folks. I guess it's time to flip positions. All right, it's the song. I'm just going to let you guys piece together this part because, I mean, you guys are all special enough that... Awesome announcing. Thank you very much. The arrow is skip. Okay, we'll let this play. Thank you all very much. I do hope that considering that the microphone quality is pretty low, I'll try and fill in the gaps with my commentary here. So if you guys want, I can call the rest of these Uma races. You know too much. Please look here for a moment, Tazuna. All right, whatever you say, Tokino Minoru. Oh yeah, I forgot. She's pretty shy about all this. Please call the Uma races. Of course. All right, your wish is granted. Umafy Forever Young, not a bad one. I do appreciate it. So, like, for those who are completely unfamiliar with me as just a human being, I am actually a thoroughbred race caller. Like, my real job is calling thoroughbreds. Like, you know, the things like the actual animals that inspire these horses. I'm that in real life. I come from the actual I'm actually from the real thoroughbred industry. So so it's kind of a reverse here. Instead of you guys getting introduced to the don't be silly, horses aren't real. I nothing gets past you guys. I should have known better. Please don't skip the story. Let's see. I'm gonna move my setup. Hang on, I'll be right back. Let me just move my setup down to the playroom. I don't want to completely like disturb my parents. They're busy watching baseball. Okay, let me just move the setup. Okay. All right. Setup. Sorry for the mic slaps. I'm deathly allergic to horses in real life, so I was afraid of them until Uma. That's kind of hilarious in a really sad way. I'm not deathly allergic to horses, but I do sneeze a lot. Saw the Skibbity Riz on my feed. Yeah, I guess that's the other thing for context. So that was like me commentating on Skibbity Riz. That was 100% real. Like, no fake. I begged the announcer, the main guy, John G. Dooley, lovely guy, and I said, can I please call this race because the horse is a meme. Actually, as a by the way, Skibbity Riz is entered to race in Indiana on August 21st. Mark your calendars. August 21st, first race at Horseshoe, Indianapolis. Skibbity Riz is running. Yes, they are. That is actually correct. They are a distant relative. All right. So, anyways, what's Tokino Minoru about to tell us? The day after watching the race with Tazuna. Hello again, trainer. Welcome to the Japanese Musume Training Center Academy. This is the finest Musume training establishment in Japan, home to countless students who dream of the racing world. Yeah, Danzig. So, to kind of fill in the gaps here, and stop self-promoting, Isabella, politely. I wonder how much you know about Aussie horse racing. It's a cool part of our history, but the modern sentiment is much less positive. I know a little bit. I'm not going to pretend like I know all of them, but I know some of the classic champions, I guess, for some favorite Australian horses. Like Winx is, of course, a classic. Black Caviar, those are some of the more obvious ones. Let's see. I guess for New Zealand, Main Brace was a great horse. Light Fingers, that was a pretty fun one. Burnborough, that's a classic. Oh, here's an underrated one. Shannon the Second. Shannon the Second ran the same year as Citation. Really liked that Australian horse. And Strawberry Road is a great globetrotter. And of course, Better Loosen Up, winner of the Japan Cup. But recently I pet a horse and I just got used, and I just used the inhale after, so thank you for Uma, I guess. But we've got Farlap in our museum, but that everyone knows about him. I really What are your favorite California horses? I live right by the Santa Anita race course, so I'm kind of curious about it. I freaking love Santa Anita. Like Santa Anita is my favorite of all time. One of the best racetracks ever. So beautiful. I want to go. I'm gonna go there again. Okay, for California horses, Snow Chief's awesome. California Chrome is a great Cali horse. Swaps is so unbeatable. 1 Inch of Love is definitely a highlight. Oh yeah, okay, those NPC horses. That's hilarious. Yeah, in general, like, I guess this is a general warning since it's come up. If you're under the age of 13, it's just a good idea not to be too vocal on the internet and just watch from the sidelines. Like, I remember I made YouTube videos when I was 11 too, so I'm not going to hold it against you, Isabella. You're probably a nice kid. But you'll unfortunately have to learn the hard way some of the ins and outs of the internet. And I will admit, I'll be the first to say that, like, the internet has, because I was exposed to it at a young age, I was introduced to a lot of things I shouldn't have when I was too young. It's very dangerous. Mini Cactus is my favorite Uma. That's a good new one. That's one I don't hear a lot of. I'm a casual horse racing fan and fan of horses in general, and anime fan. This franchise is such a great combo. Santa Anita Racecourse appears in Cinderella Gray. Oh, sweet. Okay, let's get back to the game while we discuss IRL horse racing. This is the finest Musume trainer in the racing world. Well met? The Mets? Okay, we got a question mark here. What does this even mean? Oh, Northern Taste. Hello there. Goodness, goddess director of Akikawa. Goodness, director of Akikawa, you scared us. Narita Tushin, that's actually one of the ones I don't know the name of. So unfortunately, I'm out of luck there. There's a lot that I know, but I don't know that one. Apologies. Seeing such a promising new trainer has got me so excited. Introduction. I'm Akikawa, the director of this academy. I look forward to your endeavors, newcomer. Ah, crap. I am in such deep trouble. But first, please tell us about yourself. Ah, crap. Okay, well, I was born in New York. Oh, boy. Okay, this is gonna be awkward because of the, like, technology thing. So I'll have to, like, temporarily, like, get onto the iPhone here to, like, submit the thing. So bear with me. Okay, for trainer name, I'm just gonna go with Sketchy. Yeah, let's just go with Sketchy here. Let's just call it easy. All right, trainer name Sketchy, confirm and register. Okay, now let's just connect. Welcome, Trainer Sketchy! From here on, you are part of Traysen Academy! Yeah, so when I have to type stuff in, like my name, unfortunately the mirroring doesn't work. It works for, like, input commands, but I can't type stuff. So for those, I'm going to have to, like, end the mirroring, but just bear with me. And this peppermint's really good. High hopes. I expect you'll give it your all together with your trainee and make your dreams come true. That's the only time you have to do for a while. Thank God. The goal of our Academy students is to participate in the highest renowned Twinkle series. So I want you, trainer, to teach, guide, and support your trainers through and through. Have you considered streaming this off a PC? I do not have a PC, unfortunately, so that's kind of the problem. As I hope that you will work diligently and bring honor to the trainer and badge the chest. But if you really want the phone experience, you can run an emu if you really want. What's an emu? See, this is why I need you guys, because I'm really going in blind here. So, like, if you guys have genuine suggestions on how to run a better stream, Like, go on ahead. I'm not a master here. Well then, let's set off for the introduction. Course, trainer sketchy. Oh, an emulator. Oh, okay. I did here's a fun story. I once actually saw an emu on my way to work. So when I was interning in Indiana, a cop stopped and went over to a person's property. And when he was there was these people who came walking out, and right next to them was an emu, a wild emu in the middle of a cornfield, just out of the blue. Anyways, let's get off to the introduction, shall we? Oh, that's a cute comic. First, let's go meet some of the Musumes you'll be working with. Musume you're about to train in a career playthrough are known as trainee Musume. Please be aware that if you haven't added an Musume to your trainee Musume roster, you won't be able to train her in a career playthrough. You can meet new potential trainees by scouting them. It's Musume, not Emu Musume. Ah, silly mistake. There's also a horse who treats you very differently depending on gender because she's comfortable around men. Oh boy. Fun fact, Rice Shower will call you either Onisama or Onisama depending on your profile gender. Scouting is the gacha, by the way. Okay. Well then, let's try our luck in the Pretty Derby Scout. The greatest thing out there to come out of Musume. Oh, the greatest. Oh, great gay. Okay, that makes sense. Let's try our luck in Musume Pretty Derby. Okay. Perform the tutorial Pretty Derby Scout 5 times. The scouted Musume are fixed for this tutorial. Spin-off tactical game about emu girls. Cards is most important if you want to actually win. Okay. So, should I just go to, like, the scout thing and just, like, start looking around? Okay. Alright, they're in the gate. What do we got here? They're off. Okay, Day with Scarlet. 2 stars doesn't sound very good. Sakura Bakshino. After the tutorial career, you can worry about that. Alright, okay, I'll take my time here. As long as you guys are here to oblige me. Yep, Ruffian wasn't on that. Yeah, Ruffian was one of the first horses I ever done. Ah, yes, Buckshin. Alright, next up, Vodka! Finally, the other half of the Yuri pair. Harurara! Yeah, Ruffian was a racehorse in the 1970s, one of the best fillies to run in America, but unfortunately, she's kind of like Silent Suzuka in that her career ended prematurely because she broke down, sadly. In her case, it was a match race. It was a match race against a colt, and it really should have never happened. And then, Gold Shipper! Also, chat, we'll say only roll cards, but make sure to at least do some horse rolls. Like, get all the common horses for sure. Gotta have fun with the game. Okay. Cards are really for the PvP. Okay. Okay, so those are the 5 horses. Wow, you met some amazing Musume, but before you go off to start training, allow me to explain support card scouting. Let's switch over to the relevant scout. Okay, support cards. You can obtain support cards from the support card scout. Horse Gacha, unlock horses to play in the career card gacha. Get cards to make your horses better. A support card is a card used to assist your trainees in career. Okay, from the little I know of the game, aren't support cards supposed to be like the ways that like you help a horse either exemplify their best stats or compensate on their weaker ones? Like in one of the tutorials I did end up watching, that was kind of as far as I got, was that friends she trains with. Oh yeah, right, because you know what our friends are for, right? In my opinion, do one 10 pull on horses so you can fill out your roster, then dump the rest into cards. That's where you get your power. Cards are for stats and skills, yeah. A support card is used to assist your trainers in career. By selecting a deck of support cards, you'll receive the aid of others around Tracen Academy to help your training along. All right, let's try our hands at scouting some support cards. Okay. So I guess we'll get introduced to some of the scouts. Special week! They're friends that show up to help you train. Their friendship increases whenever you train with them, and once it gets high enough, you can get rainbow training for way more stats. You should aim for Kittison Black's card and Super Creeks. Opinion on Rival Stars horse racing? It's a fun game to a point. Like, it's a pick up and play game, but after a while, it really starts to wear itself thin. But that's how most mobile games are. Still, it's probably the best horse racing game on the market. You can win with any girl. Cards make or break your run. Aim for Kittison Black. I've heard a lot of things about that one. Kittison Black actually ran when I was a kid. Like, I followed that horse when he won his first Japan Cup and then lost the Arimakinen to, I believe, Tono Diamond. And then I saw him lose, well, not in person, but like I watched on the television as he lost to Chevelgrand the following year in the Japan Cup, and I stayed up to watch him run his final race. So he's one of the first Japanese horses that I actually kind of learned about as a kid, was Kittison Black. And then as I got older, when I went to college, I followed the career of Equinox, his best son. And have you visited the horse? I've never been to Japan, so I have not visited any Japanese horses. I've met only a few Japanese horses, and they were all horses that came to America. So like I've been to 2 Breeders' Cups. So the Breeders' Cup. So when Japanese horses came to run in the Breeders' Cup in the last 2 years, I saw that. So I've seen Forever Young, Mikeye, Songline, any Japanese horse that ran in the Breeders' Cup in the last 2 years, I saw race. Oh, and Geoglyph, who beat Equinox. Don't worry about the high rarity stuff, to be honest. If you're not spending money, it's mainly about getting your mid-rarity cards leveled up. No need to ball out Giga hard to win. Yeah, Forever Young. He's my favorite Japanese horse in training. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. We have more support cards to watch. Silent Suzuka! Cool. Skibbity, yes. I must ask if you like TM Upper O as much as I do. TM Upper O is one of my 3 favorite Japanese racehorses. I believe that season is the best season that they ran, was the best season of Japanese racing ever seen in the history of the sport. I like to do what they did, to be as accomplished as they did. TM Upper O is one of my favorite Japanese racehorses. Thank you very much, Starlight. Most interesting thing is getting good LB on best SR. That should be enough for a comfortable career clear. Okay, Tokai I think it's Tokai Tayo. I'm a stupid American here. Stop it. By the way, the next banner horse, Uma, is Narita Bryan. Even some rare cards are worth running if their skills synergize with your horse. They fall behind in stats, but in late games, skills make or break your build. Teo. Okay, Teo. Tokai Teo. Thank you very much. TM has been my obsession since learning about this. I understand. With Braggadocio, they've earned it. Okay, next up, Oguri Cap! Oguri Cap, the Japanese sea biscuit. Grass Wonder. Rest in peace. Majira McQueen. Ka-chow. Tamamo Cross. The horse that liked to make women scream. Don't worry too much about the meta or polls right now. That's all for invested players. All right, okay, let's just get through the game first. Mihono Bourbon, the Cyborg. And Fuji Kiseki. They'll be the subject of my next video. So, Tamamo Cross. Okay, so quick background on Tamamo. Who is this? Okay, so Tamamo Cross was kind of a shy horse. So in their youth, their farm went bankrupt, and that made them kind of timid. But as they got their confidence up, they began to really roll. They had a huge winning streak, including defeating Oguri Cap. But Tamamo Cross was a rival of Oguri Caps, but when he retired, he had a thing. He was kind of mean. And one of the things that he liked to do was that he liked to nibble on women's hair. He'd nibble on their hair, and he wanted to do that because he liked to hear them scream and like pull away from him when he nibbled their hair. But if they did nothing, he'd be like, whatever. I didn't like your hair anyway. Play the horse skull game and have your first senior just be just a girl. Yeah, defos just do a couple runs to get into the flow of the game before you even think about considering playing optimally. Tamamo and Oguri are roommates in the game. Makes sense. We in, not in cars. Trainer friend, good for energy consumption of training. Freaky A horse. Holy cow, LeMayo, that's hilarious. Alright, so that's the book. She's a fellow trainer, and her events are mostly giving energy, and her training bonus is reducing training costs. You scouted in some trainee and Musume and support cards. Now that's out of the way... Now that we have that out of the way, let's begin your everyday life as a trainer. All right, folks. Oh, hey, this is the entrance of Tracing Academy. We can also call it the home screen. From here on, you can access various places within Tracing Academy. You can begin a career playthrough for any of your trainees here. There's still a lot, by the way. Yeah, I've heard this tutorial is long as hell. First, let's make preparations for your career playthrough. More importantly, her events also give a lot of skill points too, so I actually like her better than Tazuna. Okay. Okay, main gameplay mode, noted. Let's make a scenario to play. Claim a victory in an exciting career scenario. Every day is a busy day at Tracing Academy. Select a career scenario and tackle the problems happening around the school. Finishing a playthrough will help your trainees grow. Okay. Next. Next, choose an Musume to train. Since it's time for the practice, please select one of the trainee Musumes to scout out. All right, folks. Take on the Twinkle series in your dream. Start your favorite Musume career. Okay, folks. This is it. All right, I don't remember how to do polls for like live streams or stuff. Let's see if I remember how to do this. If I remember how to do stream polls, because this is where the fun really begins. Because now we get to select our first horse. So let me see if I can. All right, let's see if I can. Am I even allowed to make polls in this game? All right, start a poll. All right, so we have 5 choices. Oh, can't choose for the... Oh, you're still in the tutorial? Sorry about that. All right, folks, thank you for keeping me on track. All right, then let's just figure this... Okay, hypothetical Dewa. Now we're moving along in your career preparations. It's scripted. Sorry about that. That definitely has made me feel a little embarrassed, but let's just keep moving forward. Let's head over to the 3 goddesses statue for a moment. Okay, there's El Condor Pasa. Trainer, are you familiar with these 3 goddess statues? The 3 goddesses, the progenitors of all Musume. According to legend, they are also described as deities who watch over and guide the Musume. Oh, wait a minute. This is the Barley Turk, the Godolphin Arabian, and the Darley Arabian. The founding stallions of the entire thoroughbred, right? There we go. Okay. That's what I thought it was. Traditionally, the students of Tracing Academy come before the statue to pass on their ambition. The days spent running toward their dreams, the emotions experienced on their journeys, all of this is entrusted on this statue. Future generations of runners come here to inherit their ambitions, and if they are so lucky, turn it into power. Basically, you can speed through all the choices until you get to the end of the Dewa tutorial career. Then you can worry about pulling and doing pulls for your proper career. There's a scenario added later where you train with AI simulations of the goddess. You just go like that. Thank you very much, chat. Okay, then, so we go over the statues. Maybe it's like, I've wondered about that. I mean, there are all female species of lizards. Maybe these horses are part lizard. No, seriously, like if you look it up, there are like asexual like lizards. Like the Komodo dragon, the biggest lizard of all time, they can just reproduce on their own. They don't even need a male. So like these horse girls must be part lizard or something. That's my headcanon at least. Amphibian DNA. Now we're really getting into the Jurassic Park. Oh, right. Humans. Well, count me out of that part. A decorated runner who passes on her ambition and training is called a veteran Uma Musume. Once a runner has completed her career, she can be registered as a veteran. It's a thing some fish can do too. There was this shark who did a virgin birth. Oh, that's awesome. Kenneth Pinion maxing. Now then, go ahead and choose your legacies. Legacies can park on sparks of inspiration, which grant your trainee attributes, boosts, and skill hints, among other benefits. Okay, parents. In Road to the Top, I remember NTR's father was shown as a human. Yeah, I just finished watching that. I really enjoyed that. That's definitely, spoiler alert, out of the three, things of Uma Musume I've watched, that's been my favorite. That was Saint Simon. Saint Simon was the horse who murdered cats. And don't worry, legacies can inspire new trainers at many times as you like. Okay, select a legacy. Okay, so in this case, obviously vodka would be Dewa Scarlet's inspiration. If you know, you know. Let's do the second one. It said that if you share a good affinity, it becomes a little more likely for something nice to happen. This might be good to remember when you're making arrangements in the future. Make inspiring connections and fulfill new dreams. My theory is that these horses follow Omegaverse rules. Stallions are alphas and mares are omegas. Whatever that means, sure. Now we'll choose some support cards to assist you in your training during your career. I assume because this is the tutorial, this won't have any necessarily effect on the game. Or is this the most important choice of my life? Each card comes with various benefits, such as support card character approaching in your playthrough. Oh, sweet summer child. With that said, you can't choose a support card depicting the same Uma Musume that you selected to train. Please keep that in mind. That's a good theory, yeah, geldings. There are actually geldings in Japan, but they're really rare. That's also kind of why a lot of Japanese horses are nuts, because they decide not to take away the nuts. Because there's so much that you lose when you geld a horse. In the same way that Marzensky, when they were an American horse, wasn't allowed to participate in a lot of races, geldings get excluded from big races all the time. Well, that was after they raced, so that doesn't really matter. They were gelded maybe later in life, but it didn't matter when they were running. If he did. He was intact as a racehorse, so he wasn't barred from anything. The only time he was ever barred was when he was running in the Triple Crown. When he ran in the Triple Crown, or did not, it was because he wasn't registered, and then he changed the rules to create late supplemental fees. So Oguri Camp did change the rules in racing, because he was that important. Support cards have types, preferred typings. The effects gained with each training together vary from card to card. Right, there's all these stats that you have to work on. And I know a lot of people hate Guts. Apparently that's the one that everyone despises. I'm familiar with certain parts of the internet, but I'm not familiar with the anime side of the world. Has a mare ever won the Kentucky Derby? 3, in fact. Regret, Genuine Risk, and Winning Colors. Regret was in 1915, and she actually put the Kentucky Derby on the map. Her win was so important that it made the Kentucky Derby famous for the first time. It really was what kicked off the Derby's longevity. Genuine Risk in 1980 and Winning Colors, she beat Risen Star, who is the best son of Secretariat. Guts are only important if the career is mostly medium or long. Yeah, Guts does next to nothing. they're more likely appear in their training types. So speed cards are more likely to appear in speed training. Makes sense. Risen Star. Oh, very funny. Cinderella Grey's newest chapter really punched me in the guts. Well, don't tell me about it because I have to figure it out. Okay. Auto select. Start career. Did I just... Hopefully... Zenyatta's a good choice. This is Tracing Academy. Here, promising young Musume gather to train as racers, their hearts filled with dreams of glory found in the Twinkle series. Together with their schoolmates, they spend their days training both body and mind. And yes, not all are content with the current state of the academy. This can... Oh, I'm not even going to read that. What's the matter, director? The Tracing Academy director love my students more than anything. Therefore, I cannot stand to see even a single racer's potential squandered, and yet, this is exactly what is happening! What a three-letter word that starts with gas. A car. It seems a bunch of Uma vets have arrived. I'm being called away, so I'll have to watch the rest of the stream later. Good luck, Sketchy. Thank you very much. I hope that I'll still have plenty of help. The track where the Breeders' Cup is hosted is beautiful. I've been to Del Mar Racetrack a handful of times. I'm going to be there this year, so if any of y'all are at the Breeders' Cup, say hi. Which is why, proposal, I shall create a completely new racing event. A new event from scratch? Affirmative. Our students will now have another set of races to look forward to beyond the Twinkle series. One that includes all distances, all courses, a racing event unlike any that have come before it. I shall call it the Breeders' Cup. Oh yeah, the URA finale. I kind of find it funny that both America and Japan have two Triple Crown winners having a rivalry at roughly the same time. Rudolph and CB and Seattle Slew and Affirmed. Yeah, only 5 years apart, really. The URA finale? Prepare yourself, we're about to get very busy! Zenyatta was the first source I ever heard of because I was trying to Google Overwatch hero. That is funny, yeah. Zenyatta, everyone's favorite alcoholic. Oh yeah, they sponsored the Breeders' Cup Sprint specifically. Good luck with your scouting and gameplay, dude. Alright, thank you very much, Ultimate German Soldier. Director? Understood, leave it to me. And thus begins the story of a new racing event, the URA finale, created to help all Musume shine. This race shall be the stage upon with you and your trainer stories unfold. The beginning, the URA finale. Countless Musume have come to the Three Goddesses statue to carry the dreams of the legends past or to entrust their own to those yet to come. Today, those legacies spark inspiration in yet another new runner. Oh, hey, Vodka. Hey, Goldship. Oh, hey, Daiwa. Inspiration complete. Their legacies live on. Speed went up by 5. Stamina went up by 5. Power went up by 10. Guts went up by 5. Oh, cool. A bunch of... Everything got up. It's like ancient power in Pokemon. By the way, this game loves these replica, overwrought Japanese race opening CGIs, lol. Run and make a junior debut. Croatia. Well, that's a new one. I know that you guys have the Zagreb Hippodrome, but that's a harness track, and it's not very big. Today, I start training with Dewa Scarlet in earnest. Oh yeah, they did have a booth. Okay, so we're still in the tutorial, right? This is literally like a prototype version of playing the game, right? Buffoon from Canada. What'd you think of the King's Plate and that kind of runaway victory there? That was interesting, right? Our journey to make her number. Yep, tutorial. Okay, so I won't worry too much about all this. Each Musume has different goals. This is your goal for the time being. These commands let you progress through the career. All right, time to lock in, folks, like Skibbity Riz did at Horseshoe, Indianapolis. Executing command consumes a turn. Daiwa Scarlet. Noted. Still good to read and understand what's going on. Executing command consumes a turn. First, select training. Okay. These are the different types of training. Each one increases different attributes. Okay, so we train all the stats. Also, all the stories are funny, and horses say some funny and shit. I might have heard of Secretariat or Musume other horses mentioned in the passing, but I don't remember much about horse racing stuff prior to looking up Zenyatta. Okay, let's do some speed training. Let's try selecting speed. Okay, of course, energy goes down. Splendid! It appears that your training regimen is going swimmingly. Top speed in the last spurt. Okay, final spurt. Noted. I see you've been supporting your training with panache. How much can run before the gas is out? Okay, that makes sense. Power, max acceleration. So I guess top speed. One day, as I'm rounding the corner, oh no, look out! Crash. I'm so sorry. I'm in such a huge rush that I. Right, sorry. I made a promise, so I'll be. A promise? Yes! I completely forgot that I promised to race with my friends, so I'm rushing over there now. I love watching the Kentucky Derby every year and try to catch other races periodically. Good choice. Skill activation rate. Okay, so like for extra like extraneous abilities. Basically, stamina is like an HP bar, and the more you have it, the earlier a horse will start her last spurt. Oh, okay, that's probably really important because Japan has really long stretches that are like 500 meters long. Important for maneuvering for position and building up the last spurt. You're right, you have to get into position. You better hurry then. Got it, thanks, I'm sorry for crashing into you. Bye! Just when he runs off in a panic, however. Uh-oh, out of my way! Man, she is a klutz. This contributed to Daiwa Scarlet's growth. I didn't know clumsiness helped with that. Okay, guts. Who cares about guts? Your trainer lacks guts. I live in England. It seems like a lot of famous races are fence and steeplechasing. Yeah, it depends on the season. Like, from what I know about it, it's like steeplechasing goes from November to like March or April, and then the rest of the season's flat. Heart of Honor's a nice horse, yeah. Guts is sprinting stamina efficiency during the last spurt. You only need 300-ish tops. I know how to ride horses myself. Does anyone here know how to ride a horse? I actually rode horses before I did horse racing. I still like a good horse ride. I'm a Western rider, but I'm pretty casual. I'm not going to say I'm an expert, but I can sit on the back of a horse. Heck, I even actually got to sit on the back of an ex-racehorse one time. A few times, actually. A winner, too. Ice Cold Frosty was his name. Okay, I must head out. This has been fun, and thanks for entertaining us. Good luck with the game, and I hope you enjoy it. Sounds good. Thank you so much, Celine. Hope to have you again soon. Every single encounter is precious experience. Be sure to make use of them while training. Guts will become more important when the game catches up with the Japanese version. Alright, that makes sense. Incident. What Guts actually does is reduces stamina consumption in the final spurt. However, the past 300 and 400, each Guts point is worth less. I'm late, but now I'm here to watch this unfold. Hello, Yukio. Basically, I've been slowly struggling through the tutorial while everyone gives me a bunch of conflicting information and we talk horse racing. But I don't know. I hope you guys are enjoying the show, because the only reason I'm even having fun going through this long tutorial is because of all of you. Gonna tune in while you play myself? Well, hope you enjoy it. Welcome, Constant Blade. I'm the same too. I'm more of a casual rider and only know Western. Next, I'll explain about energy. As before, please select training. Take note of the failure rate. The lower your trainer's energy, the lower the failure rate, the higher the failure rate. Failing a training can lead to drops in attributes' mood, so be careful. Now, let's go back. When energy is low, have your trainee rest to recover it. Oh, trainer, did you get some relaxation time and on a break? I just want to see how you enjoy the game, so don't worry. Thank you, Kodir. I would just read the story and talk about horses. Hey, look, I'm here to talk horses all damn day. So if you guys have a horse to discuss, then let's talk horses. Do you have a camera pointing to your phone in the dark and using your mouse? That's hilarious, LeMayo. So basically, I'm mirroring. So my phone screen's displayed right here, and I'm sharing my screen. That's kind of how it is. Just in case you didn't have enough gambling in your gambling game. Please, there's never enough gambling. I hate the whip, or as I call it, the stick hit the horse. It's a lot better than it used to be. The stick is basically like a fly swatter. It makes more sound than it does impact. Like, I've smacked my own butt with it, and I feel nothing. Trust me. It's basically like it's basically a glorified foam stick. You know they have this on Steam, right? I've checked that, but unfortunately I'm playing on Mac. So I'm kind of in a tough situation. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm going to have to play on the phone because I have a Mac, so I can't play on Steam. It doesn't support the Mac. I wish it did. It'd make things so much easier, but... that feeling of hitting that 5% failure rate. I started to get interested in the sport after watching the anime, and your channel is helping me out. Well, no problem. Any questions you have? Suko de Dinosauro. Feel free. It's on the beach? Yeah, I did see that. When are they going to do entries for that? I'm curious of what's going to happen. Yeah, any more people to talk horses with, the better. It's 35 gigabytes. This game came out on mobile only 4 years ago, and the Japanese streamers only streamed like you are doing right now. Okay, for Matsukane Fukukitaru, or however that horse is pronounced, apparently the horse's name was modified slightly to fit the character limit of like 9 characters. The best thing I know about the horse is that the horse's name is like a proverb or something for good luck, which is why the horse has like a Neko on their back, like a Neko cat. Also, they're one of the few horses to actually beat Silent Suzuka. Like, they're a late closer, and they defeated them. You actually nailed the pronunciation? Well, by complete accident. By total accident, and after people made fun of me a bunch of times on the Precious Passion video. So, yeah, total luck there. You can always move your save to other devices later if you want. Oh, that's nice. For favorite Uma Musume going in, it was Gold Ship all the way. Gold Ship's my favorite Japanese racehorse, so they were definitely my most interested character. She's the only star I don't have yet, somehow. Whoops. Other Uma girl, I just call her Fuka Kitaru and Umaru Yuru, I think. So that's what that name means. I think maybe they are. I'm not sure, actually, Mr. I don't know. Saving up for Naruto Brian. Hopefully the lucky girl still bless me. I was really into horse racing as a teen, but fell off at some point, but this game has brought it back. Can't go wrong with Gold Chip. You're damn right. I'm completely refreshed, obviously. Every model student knows how to switch gears before they work and play. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that's nice. Tamamo Cross. Just wait till you see how well I trained today. Energy recovered by 50. Well, we're finally ready to give racing a try. Attention before participating in a race. Be sure to always check your skills. Take this. Allow me to grant you some skill points for a special occasion. Skill points can be acquired at various times during your career playthrough. Skill points went up by 198. Okay. Next, select a skill to learn. Use the skill points you obtained earlier. Let's learn the skill. Preferred position. Slightly decreases fatigue mid-race. Okay, that's nice. Skills are of great importance to win races. Using skill menu does not expand a turn, so be sure to learn as many as you can. I concur. Hoarding your skill points is a tragic waste of potential. Of course, you should select skills that best match your trainee's abilities and race she plans to run in. All right, let's go back. All right, let's race. The race you were able to participate in are shown on this list. Let's enter a race. Let me rest up the voice and read the chat some more. All the Machikane horses were owned by the same guy, I think. Makes sense. Tamamo Cross has so much aura for being so small. They have a very odd build. They have a very long neck, like the horse does. Sandman, favorite horse of 2025? Not bad. Some Uma also joke about her name close to while waiting wear a uniform. Okay. The Japanese server races are ridiculous with how many skill pros during the final spurt simultaneously in time trials. That is actually kind of funny. Also, holy crap. The amount of people on this stream is ridiculous. Do that many people love horse girls? I shouldn't even be asking that. Sunlit Song ran into a lot of races and placed top 3 in the majority of them, I believe. You can mute the in-game calling and do your own in its place. How do you even do that? It's time for Daiwa Scarlet's debut race. At last, I'm going to enter the Twinkle series! I can't wait, let's go! My legs are itching to run! Go get that number 1 spot, you hear? Hee hee, you don't need to remind me. I think I do, Daiwa. I've heard you're not exactly the smartest horse in the barn. It's because of this horse girls make me start to enjoy horse racing, though. Exactly. Okay, noted. Change options later. I love the most spectacular debut there ever was. Everyone will wish they could copy me. Yeah, I'm really glad that video really spiked in views because I was kind of disappointed when it came out and not enough people watched it because I thought that video was a slam dunk and I really liked studying those horses, Haru Urara and Zippy Chippy. They're really underrated. So I'm really glad that this game got a lot of people into that video because one of the people who watched it was someone who actually took care of Zippy Chippy in his final years. The fact that they got to enjoy that and I got to be friends with them because of that video was amazing. Who do you think is the most surprising country in the world to have produced a graded winner? Like graded stake? Okay. If we're going by horses who have won group stakes in other countries, I'm going to go with Denmark. Denmark produced a horse named Rosard, who won the Swedish and Danish and Danish Oakses and Derbies, respectively, and then came to America and won the Grade 1 Flower Bowl. So, Denmark. Group races kind of vary country to country. But that's an example of that. Like a horse coming from a completely different place to win a open international group race. Uma equals more interest in real horses? Exactly. Happen to every streamer, funnily enough. I started to know Zippy Chippy because of your video, to be honest. No problem. I know, right, Codier? It's funny. I've seen this Uma Kentucky Derby pipeline play out for a few creators. For me, it's Kentucky Derby to Uma Musume. I'm literally on the opposite end of this pipe. Okay, that sounded weird. But anyways, as a wannabe horse girl, as in a girl who has lived with horses my entire life myself, I do. My favorite horse back in the day was Nyquist. Nyquist was an odd horse. I thought he was a dead ringer to win the Triple Crown. But then he just kind of tailed off after the Preakness. He was so hot into the Derby, and then he just tailed. I loved that horse, though. He was cool. But it was a shame that he just kind of flattened. Nyquist was cool. He was kind of the modern version of a horse called Morvich. Morvich was just like Nyquist, undefeated, next second coming of like Secretariat or whatever. Although in Morvich's case, he was the second coming of Man of War to most. Even appeared in a motion picture. And then after the Kentucky Derby, he just stopped. Sergeant Reckless. Hello, Kaiseki. I hope I said that right. I probably didn't. Okay. How good is Equinox? Probably one of the greatest to ever live. This game turned me from a non-horse career to watching the footage of all 3 races this year and becoming a journalism fan. Journalism is my favorite horse this year. This game feels like it was tailor-made for me as a horse girl and an anime fan. Well, I'm glad it is, Miss I Don't Know. Nyquist was a flash in the pan? A bit, yeah. Speaking of the Gold Clan, one of their latest progeny, Alohi Ahi, has generated buzz. Yes! Yes, I freaking so yeah. There's actually guys, if you guys are interested, tomorrow the Prix Jacques Moreau, I think that's how it's pronounced, is happening. That was a race that Taiki Shuttle won in 1998, but since then no Japanese-based horse has done it. But there is a horse from Japan who's entering this year. Let me see if I can find it. Prix Jacques Moreau, Ascoli Piceno. Let me type that in chat. Ascoli Piceno. She won the Victoria Mile and she won the South and she won the 1-3-5-1 turf sprint. But there she is. Ascoli Piceno. She's already a winner in Saudi Arabia as well as Japan, and she's gonna try and win this Group 1. Where can you watch it live? I actually don't know. I think usually I watch on Twin Spires, but that's like a service. Hello, I just got here. I love your Uma videos. I actually got more interested in horse racing outside of Uma Musume, Japanese horse. I hope you're liking it right now. Oh, I'm loving it. I'm literally going to make a college project about the influence of Uma Musume in horse racing. Not gonna lie, I started as the usual gacha game enjoyer weeb until my friends introduced me to Uma Musume. I'm really into it. Glad to have it. I love the Gold family. The real horses are so cute and hilarious. Yeah, horses are adorable. One thing that's bugging my mind is if horses don't exist, how... I'm not even know how to answer that. I checked more on the Zagreb Hippodrome. There is a 1,000 meter and 600 meter track, but it doesn't look like there's anything outside the steeplechase at the Hippodrome this year, sadly. Ah, man, I'm sorry. I should look into journalism. I really liked that name. Okay, quick scoop on journalism. Journalism was a horse who... he was good. He won. He was considered kind of an outsider as a 2-year-old, but then he defeated the favorite horses trained by Bob Baffer in the Low Futurity. Then he won the San Felipe, and after that, people really started to take him seriously. Then he won the Santa Anita Derby despite Bob Baffert sending 2 of his horses to literally gang up on him and force him onto the rail. But despite that, it didn't matter. The horse won anyway. He was second in the Kentucky Derby, won the Preakness after getting slammed into the rail. That was an incredible race, and then was second in the Belmont Stakes. Both times he lost his sovereignty. He is the second best 3-year-old in the world. And he most recently won the Haskell. Right now he's about to take on older horses in the Pacific Classic at Del Mar, which will be a direct prep for the Breeders' Cup Classic. Stoked that you're playing Uma. Your simulated race videos got me more into actual horse racing at my stable. That really means a lot. Thank you so much. Which state do you, if you are willing to by chance, because I'm curious where everyone who plays these games lives, to kind of map out the general racing audiences and where they can access live racing. Not gonna lie, if a horse with Symboli Rudolph's blood won the Arc de Triomphe, that would be great ending. How dirty Rudolph was done. Yeah, that could help. I think this year really could be the year for Japan. California, well, may not be as good as it used to be, but California is a great state. Yeah, Del Mar is one of a kind. U of A represent, brother. Hell yeah, bear down. Australia. That's a great racing place. I've wanted to go there for a while. But, it's not so easy when you're an American. Okay. New York, great state for horse racing. New York is one of the best. This place is called the Paddock. Runners appear here before the race to excite their adoring fans. Wisconsin, you poor sap. All you have is a couple county fairs for standardbreds. Brazil. I've called a few races not from Brazil, but for Brazil. Like from my own state, but in English. Thank you for the excerpt on journalism. I'm definitely going to watch some of his races. He's really exhilarating. I watched him run from the rooftop of the Preakness. I never got so excited. Actually, there's actually 5 racetracks in Nebraska. Fauner Park, there's one in Lincoln. They're not very big, but there's actually multiple small racetracks in Nebraska. What about Wyoming? Wyoming is actually a very growing horse racing state. Right now, they're racing, literally today, their opening day racetrack was Sweetwater Downs. Sweetwater Downs is a very tiny track in Rock Springs, Wyoming. There's also... at Wyoming, over the course of a year, they'll run at 307 Energy Downs in Gillette, Wyoming, and then also Wyoming Downs. I forget where Wyoming Downs is specifically. It's in Evanston, Wyoming. So, skibbity riz. So those are all the racetracks in Wyoming. They actually are one of the few growing racetracks. They're one of the few growing horse racing states. So you picked a good state. But yeah, Nebraska has like 4 or 5 racetracks. They have Harris, Nebraska, Fauner Park, Lincoln Downs. Those are some of the ones. Illinois. Yeah, Hawthorne's not a good racetrack. Don't go to that. But Fairmount Park in St. Louis, that's fine. And some of the fairs in Illinois are nice. But it's definitely far from as good as it used to be. Sirius Symboli was also done dirty that year. That was just a horrible year for the Symboli farm. That's unfortunate, yeah. Increase in attendance in Wyoming at Colonial Downs. You know, I worked there for 2 years. I interned for 2 summers at Colonial Downs. Nice track. People there, so-so. Depending on which ones we're talking about, they're either downright amazing or some aren't so nice. But I learned so much over there. Colonial Downs is a pretty nice racetrack. It's a bit hot, and some of the layout's not great, but, you know, it's the closest track to where I live. On a serious note, where do I watch horse races? Probably the easiest way is FanDuel TV. That's actually one really good way. FanDuel TV, if you guys have like YouTube TV, or pay for YouTube TV, FanDuel TV is on there. Or if you have cable television, it's on channel 602. FanDuel TV is the place to watch all horse racing. If you wake up early, you can catch the Prix Jacques Moreau with Ascoli Piceno. Here's how it's spelled. Here's how Hawthorne is spelt. Hawthorne is just a track that doesn't really try a lot in its marketing. It's very hot. It's kind of abandoned and empty. I don't think some journalism is going to the Travers. Yeah, a lot of racing terms in Uma Musume are not from American racing. American racing, and actually most racetracks just have different names. FanDuel does have international horse racing. But you have to catch it in the mornings or the nights because of like time zones. But like, yeah, they broadcast quite a few select international races, including Deauville, which is where that Japanese horse is going to run. Hey, Ultimate German Soldier, we're almost about to do our first race. If horse racing was put into the Summer Olympics, what do you think would make up Team USA? I don't think that would work, but I think that could work for standardbreds, which race more. Also, you can watch live horse racing on the FanDuel app. Like if you download FanDuel Racing or Twin Spires, the app, you can catch live horse racing on there. It is a gambling app, so bear with me. But that is one way to watch live horse racing. Let me look up if Deauville has a live stream. I don't think they do, unfortunately. But those are some of the best ways to do it. Whether you do it or not, the replays usually get posted really quickly. I went to the Croatian Equestrian Federation website, checked the registered horse list. One of the first horses is named Lady Gaga. Amazing. That is amazing. Do we see a bigger international turnout for the Japan Cup with the popularity of Uma is generating? The thing is, the Japan Cup, we don't know because the Japan Cup hasn't really... Well, locally, the Japan Cup is one of the biggest races, just period. It's always been a big deal. It's always been one of the most talked about, one of the most broadcasted, marketed races. So there's not much more it can grow. But we'll see this year if it does. The Arimakin is the #1 race in Japan. I think we already knew that. But what I mean is that like it actually gets more people attending it sometimes than the Kentucky Derby. Although I think they've recently capped attendances. Yeah, I'll have to learn more about Croatian equestrian. I don't keep up with the polio, although if I ever went to Italy, I'd love to see that. Okay, we have a little bit of a blank period. Let's see if we can get this race. Attention, there are various things you can confirm. Here are the paddocks before the race. I'll leave the detailed explanations to you, Tazuna. You can count on me. In the paddock, you can check the stats and popularity of the other runners. Predictions of a racer's performance are denoted by the symbols from lowest to highest. The top right symbols represent the expert predictions, while popularity is represented of fan opinions. Hi, I found your channel today, and I'm really happy I did. I hope you enjoy Uma Musume. I will, Birdie. Welcome to the channel. Happy to have you. In Indonesia, the Sambalo region, people drink horses' milk instead of cows. I've heard of. I think that was also a thing in Mongolia too. How does it taste? Like seriously, I must know. Also, Super Freak fans, you can screw off with that comment. The top right symbols represent the expert opinions. The higher the runner's ability, the mood, the higher her popularity and expectations placed on her. Here we are. It's called the Prix Jacques Lamoureux. Even I barely even know how to say that. I think maybe Kazakhstan too. Here we are. The Prix Jacques Lamoureux is the big race with Ascoli Piceno. Yeah, I did see that. I really hope that our horse recovers. Like, what's the word? Horse racing is a very tumultuous sport. It will bring you to your knees and then make you fly above the clouds. You can also change a runner's strategy in the paddock. It's best to select a strategy that plays to a runner's strengths. Hey, Sunday Silence. You're all set. It's time to race. Great Mood also has a 1.1 multiplier and a 1.1 for stat training. Okay, noted. I don't know how I'm going to be able to call this. All right, here are our horses, folks. All right, that's our field. Time for epic commentary. Have fun memorizing those names. All right, I'm going to save myself a lot of trouble here. So I have that to work with. Okay, let me figure, I think I know how I'm going to do this. I'm going to open up a Word doc and just like type the names out and just add a second tab just so I can just read it on the side. Okay, number one. Okay, number one. Let's see, there's Daiwa Scarlet right there. Pleasant Clerk. Pleasant Clerk to Tip of Tongue. Oh, geez. Yeah, you guys weren't kidding. Number 3, Daiwa Scarlet. Number 4, Krasnaya. Krasnaya. Number 5, Apple Cider. Number 6, Fairies Echo. Number 7, Trumpet Rhythm. And then to round out the field, Toujours, and number 9, Stens. Okay. You're too dedicated. You can mute the commentary later and do your own if you want. Yeah, when this... Don't worry. I've done this crap so many times. You guys won't even believe. I was literally born to do this. I'll have the names on the side. All right, folks. I don't need to worry about memorization. Just let me cook, chat. Let me cook. I am a professional. I literally get paid to do this. All right, there's Trumpet Rhythm right there. Apple Cider. All right, let's do this. They're in the gate. And we're off and racing. Daiwa Scarlet broke alertly. Krasnaya to their outside, along with Apple Cider early on. These three in a head-to-head duel for the early lead. But now, moving up on the outside with a sudden surge, there goes Toujours. Toujours in front by 3 lengths early on, with Daiwa Scarlet. They hit the wire for the first time. Daiwa Scarlet to the inside. Then between horses, it is Krasnaya, who's in third. There goes Toujours. They have truly surged ahead. Daiwa Scarlet is in second. Then in third, it's Apple Cider, followed by Krasnaya. Gap back to to Stens. And then alongside Stens, there's Trumpet Rhythm, on the inside of them, it's Tip of Tongue. Alongside Fairy's Echo. Toujours is the early pace setter with 1,200 meters still left to go in the running. It is Toujours, the one to catch. Daiwa Scarlet, one behind. They're making up ground with every stride. Apple Cider is juicing up in third. Then it's Krasnaya. There's still a gap being made to Stens. Preferred position gets queued up by Daiwa Scarlet, who is now right on the heels of Toujours. Then it's only 2 lengths back to Apple Cider, who had a trouble on the turn there. Then it's the fox-tailed Krasnaya, about 3 lengths back to Stens with Tip of Tongue, with Trumpet Rhythm, Pleasant Clerk, and the trailer is Fairy's Echo. As we're rounding the bend on the outside, Apple Cider moves up to challenge. Daiwa Scarlet is in a pocket. They need room. They're in third. On the outside, taking over, there goes Apple Cider. Apple Cider just in front. To the inside, Toujours, Daiwa Scarlet, and then to the outside of them, Krasnaya. Daiwa Scarlet is still trapped with 200 meters to go. Can they catch Apple Cider? Daiwa Scarlet, there goes Apple Cider, but a red ace from Daiwa Scarlet, and they surge past Daiwa Scarlet. Cruises on home. The rest nowhere for Daiwa Scarlet in a spectacular debut in the Twinkle Series. Second place was Apple Cider, and third it was Toujours, followed by Krasnaya. Amazing indeed. Thank you all so much. Fastest horse commentator in the West? Trust me, this isn't even me at my most. If you can do it, you have my utmost respect for the rest of my life. Well, hopefully I did that for you. Be warned, if you pick an Uma that prefers to be a super late surger or an end closer, sometimes they just get boxed all the time, and all you can do is watch as your Uma falls to last. Oh, that's just like real horse racing, though. You'd think they would know better. Dang, he's him? Thank you very much. I know you literally do it as your job, but still, wow, you're great at this. Thank you so much. Pro hits different. Eclipse first, the rest nowhere. That was so sick, dude. Thank you very much. Fire. This is so peak for real. Okay, dude, you have something very special going on with this channel. Not even joking. Legit amazing. That was too good. What a race. I can imagine how you'll be commentating on these grade 1 races. Thank you, thank you. Amazing, amazing. What is the best, silliest horse name you've called in real life? Skibbity Riz. I called Skibbity Riz, and that video has over 350,000 views. That is the silliest name I've ever heard. There was also a horse named Come Dover Dude, which that is a real name. Your commentary brought so much joy to me just now. Thank you very much. There's also an option in the settings where you can have your Uma wear normal track outfits for grade 2 or lower races, so they don't look out of place. Frontrunner Supremacy, amazing, Lumeo. Yeah, so that one doesn't go as viral, but yeah, the horse's official name spelt out was this. Yeah, pretty filthy. It's spelled like this. So it's spelled like the capital of Delaware. So that's how you can get away with naming a horse Come Dover Dude. Horse racing is a dirty sport for that reason. People will come up with sick names all the time. Also, here's another one that I've seen other people call, but I didn't call myself. Do a horse named Still in Love. That exists. Here's the worst horse name I've ever heard live. Eos Bit Chin Babe. Now say that fast. What does that mean? I'll let you do the rest. Because, holy Hades, how did anyone get away with that? Man of War, well, he's the OG. Honestly, I think that Man of War kind of set an era of, like, before and after him. Hey, that's pretty good. Congratulations on getting first place. Make sure you praise your trainee for all the hard work. You should get an old school radio voice filter for peak vibes. When I figure out how to do that, I'm going to be unstoppable, but we'll figure it out. Some names have to get made in order to mess with the race callers. Oh yeah, like Sumomo. Horse owners making their mission to make commentators say the silliest things seriously. That is actually what the goal of half the horse population is. Great work out there. This is hardly enough to satisfy me. I need more if I'm going to become number 1. Goal complete. Shout out Pote 8 O's. Oh yeah, Pote 8 O's is great. All goals achieved. Splendid, you reached your goal. Well done, bravo. The goals that you are after will differ depending on the Musume. Oh yeah, both of these nuts and Fortnite dance, just insane. Please help your trainees reach their goals during their careers. Oh my god, is the tutorial over? Guys, I lived! I did it! I actually beat the tutorial! Oh my god, I feel like that IGN reporter who couldn't get through Cuphead. If you guys remember that, you have my respect. Oh my god, this doofus just finished the tutorial. A trainee who has completed her career will be evaluated based on set criteria and then registered as a veteran. Good luck. Try to aim for your highest rank. A trainee who has completed her career can obtain sparks. If you select her as a legacy Uma, you'll be able to use her as inspiration for another runner and pass on her skills. Still not as infamous as that journalist that played Spider-Man and decided that the exaggerated swagger was a perfect thing to say. IGN is kind of full of idiots. Good work today. That will be all for the introductory course. If something is unclear or you have any concerns, please click the I button to view various tips or access the help menu. 7 out of 10, too much water. Musume committing players looks for 3 sparks for their legacy. Have you heard of Cinderella Grey, which is available with free? I have. I do want to watch that, but that's the last thing I'm going to watch. So I just finished watching Road to the Top. Really liked it. Really enjoyed it. I still have to watch the movie with Jungle Pocket, Beginning of a New Era, and then I'm going to do Cinderella Grey. Actually, wait, no. I still have to do Season 3 with Kiddison Black. So it's going to be Beginning of a New Era, Season 3, and Cinderella Grey. But if you guys think that I should do it in a different order, let me know. But the reason why I want to save it for last is because I've heard really, really, really good things about Cinderella Grey. So I kind of want it to be best for last. And I've heard mixed reviews on Season 3. I've heard some people who like it, and I've heard some that just don't and just think it's a bit too tired out. B&W Chikai, what is that? That order's good? All right, that's good. I wish they let Yumeko season the game. I know why they don't, but I want to. Oh, so you're in deep already, lol. I guess I am. Agent Asterisky. Though, keep in mind, Cinderella Season 2 starts in 2 months. Well, then I better get a move on. I better start moving then. I want to be caught up with all the reviews done by the time Season 2 comes out. I want to actually be on time. You're essentially going in chronological order. Okay, in that case, I must be doing something right. From here on, you'll be working hand in hand with the Uma Musume through training and everyday life here at the Academy. Take on the Twinkle series and make your trainee dreams come true. Take on the Twinkle series and make your dreams come true. I'm very much looking forward to what you'll achieve together. Kiddison Black is a diet coach. Alright, let's enjoy this intro theme and just relax a little bit. Let's just chill. She doesn't know and my wife knows everything was quite the pairing in the race. Oh yeah, that's one of the best race calls ever to live. I mean, that guy who did it, he also called the Triple Crown when American Pharaoh won it. And you know what? My wife knows everything and the wife doesn't know is still the best thing he ever did. And I don't care. He makes other horses lose weight. Oh, right, because Kiddison Black, the reason why I know this is because Kiddison Black is still a very physically active stallion, like the horse. He's so physically active that they have to change paddock mates because he'll run them ragged, because he's still running really strongly and he isn't settling down. He still runs his head off in his paddock. So they have to keep finding new paddock mates because he keeps making them lose weight. That's the IRL reason why that's the case. They gave him extra heavy horses and he just got fitter. He just works through the pain, man. That horse is a monster. You got to the intro of the game. Congrats. Damn, I'm cooking now. I'll be honest, this has been really fun. Like, I know that I've been dawdling around and moving really, really slowly. But like, this has been really fun. I'm really impressed of of the attendance that everyone has here. It's more like they're cousins. They're not really half brothers. Well, the thing is, Gold Chip is actually trying. Okay, enhance. Here you can manage your veteran Uma Musume, the racers who have completed a career playthrough. You can also strengthen trainee Uma Musume and your support cards. Strengthening your training Uma Musume and support cards will set you up to gain better results in your career playthrough. Psych, more tutorial! I'm gonna kill you. I like to talk about RL horses. My dad would have actually liked this. Yo, your dad sounds cool, man. Materials used for strengthening are mainly acquired by racing. Okay. Debatably, it depends on who you ask. Me personally, Larry Colmus's greatest call is My Wife Knows Everything and the Wife Doesn't Know. But he's had a lot of great calls. He's currently calling at Del Mar Racecourse. Be sure to enter your veteran Musume in many races. In daily races, you can earn monies and support points, among other things. You can only run in these races a set number of times per day, so make sure you enter every day. Allow me to explain team trials, where you can create and compete with a team of veteran Uma Musume. I assume this is like the online play, and that I'm just not going to worry about this now, because like this is way later in the timeline. In team trials, you race against teams of runners carefully assembled by other trainers. Hey, look, that's exactly how I wanted people to watch the Kentucky Derby Iceberg. I want it to just be like static that like people listen to in the background because of how long it is. I just really wanted to throw my hat in the ring into the iceberg genre, because that's the exact perfect opportunity for me to use my magic autism to Uber info dump about the Kentucky Derby. And putting it into a 4.5-hour video, perfect. You can do one PvP for daily. Okay, well, they're going to force me to do this anyway. Why do I have to do this? Go with that. Look, Tokino Minoru, can you please just let me go? Don't you have like don't you have like some tetanus to figure out? Okay. All right, back home. It's still a game at the end of the day. Yeah. New trainee! Smart Falcon! Oh yeah, she's a dirt horse. You can just auto-select your team and just pick an opponent and race them. For 99% of the players, just participation rewards are good enough. Are there any bloodlines in America or France that, for whatever reason, every horse is just crazy like the Stay Gold clan? The thing is, the whole Stay Gold bloodline thing started in America with Halo and Sunday Silence. A lot of people say that Tappet, I don't know a whole lot about Smart Falcon. I know more about S4 City, Capono Ricky, Hoko Teramai, those dirt horses. There's actually one really good dirt horse that people don't know because she's not in Uma Musume. I'm actually blanking on the horse's name. Oh yeah, Kane Hekili. Okay, Kane Hekili is a goated dirt horse that no one knows about. You think that Tokai Teo is like? Do you think that her comeback was amazing? Kane Hikeli didn't run for 2 years. That horse was injured for 2 full years of her career or his career, and literally here's literally the timeline of events. They won, actually no, not even just 2 months, not even just 2 years, 28 months. Like, imagine this. Kane Hikeli won the 2005 Japan Cup Dirt, the biggest dirt race in the world in Japan, as a 3-year-old, and then took 28 months to heal and won it again as a 6-year-old horse. That is insane. That, to me, is the comeback of the century, not Tokaiteo. Yeah, valid crash out for Halo. Smart Falcon's the Dirt Musume is really good into being an idol to the point where she considers being a farm-themed idol because it might have an untapped market. Cool. Maybe. Like, yeah, hey, Dad, I'm also running against you. Or actually, no. Yeah, it is amazing. Smart Falcon tried running in the Satsuki show and came out 18th. Yeah, there's horses like that where they'll try to run them in big races just because they can, but the horse doesn't belong. Like in the Kentucky Derby, the best horse to ever finish last in the Kentucky Derby was a horse named Groovy. Groovy was a sprinter. Like, he was like Haru Urara in the sense that he was a dirt sprinter. That was where he belonged. But they ran him in the 1.25 mile Kentucky Derby, and he finished last. He just didn't fit. He didn't belong. He went on to be a really, really good sprinter. He also loved raspberry jelly donuts. Yeah, Oguri Cap and El Condor Pasta are just so good that they can run on anything. Oh, wow, I got carrots. Isn't this how I, like, gamble? Isn't this what I gamble on? Carrots? Jelly donuts are good, though. Finally! My gambling money! Let's put it all on black. Let's go gambling! Thanks, Gulshi. They'll drop care packages for carrots pretty frequently. Jesus Christ, they know how to make this addictive. This is like cocaine, but for video games. Okay, I guess that's the newsletter. Episode 1, prologue. Okay, this is where I actually like have to deal with the consequences of my actions. Ah, crap. Do I select one or okay. Well, that'd be okay, noted. Okay. Okay, do them later. All right. I'm a little sleepy, but also need to get my homework done. I don't want to compromise on my studies. Well, then do your damn homework, girl. Leave me alone. Okay, career mode. Okay. Is there any reason why I'm playing this on the phone? Because it was the only way I could make it work. It was the only way I could stream it because I can't play it on my computer. Oh, gamble for supports first? Okay, let's go back. All right, 1 free scout. 1 per day. Okay, let's see. The box with 41 on it, collect that first. Am I just blind? What is wrong with me? Main menu, open gifts. Okay, where's the back button? My god, this menu is so cluttered. I assume just collect all. Okay, I've collected an alarm clock, a bunch of monies, a bunch of things. Okay. Gambling time. Okay, so now I go to the scout thing, right? And then... Okay, so what do I do here? Okay, so do I just go here and just hit the button here? Okay, gamble for free. Nothing like a free slot. We are overwhelming him. Yeah, you guys kind of are, but like... Look, I have to learn this game somehow. Okay, El Condor Pasa. So wait, does this mean that I can use any of these horses in the career mode, or are these my support horses? You go see Eye Doctor. Please. Oh, sweet. So I can play as El Condor Paso if I want to. Okay. So I'm sort of getting the point here. So every day I can go gamble on these things to unlock more horses that I can then play in the career mode. Is this sup sketchy? Sup Manuel? Gate pulls are career horses. Book pulls are support horses. Okay. Okay. Well, might as well gamble once. Oh, slide the spanner in the middle. Okay, let's see. The spotlight. Support card scout. Pretty derby scout. Support derby scout. So is this like how I change what I'm playing for? Gamble 10 times. One support card guaranteed. Okay. Just for safety, because I know that like I'm going in for the first time, I'll just do one of these. I'll just do this one time and see what support cards I get. All right, let's see what happens. Oh, well, that just crashed. My damn phone. Wow, that's hilarious. Let's see what happens. So that was hilarious. I just completely crashed my game. Man, I gambled too hard and I just died. Well, let's see what happens if I go back. Wait, I blew all that for nothing? Oh, piss off. What a bunch of... Alright, let's try that one more time. If this crashes again... Okay. Maybe I should gamble. Alright. Twin Turbo. Deitaku Helios. Oh, okay. Gold City. I don't even know that one. Hey, that's good. Mayano Top Gun. Nice. King Halo. Daughter to Goodbye Halo. Quite literally, Deitaku Helios is the Skibbity Riz of the game. Smart Falcon. Sweet. Oh my god, right over 100 viewers. I love you all so much. Sweep Tosho. Winning Ticket. Deitaku Helios again. I guess this is Machakane Fukukitaru. Well, okay. I did a good job, I think. Apparently. Interesting. Alright, well, I can live with that. Okay, folks, this is where I need you guys to basically hold my hand here again. Oh, roll for the horses again? Like what I did with El Condor Pasa? Okay. Yeah, I'm kind of freezing up here. Oh, okay. Oh, like actual money. Okay. Well, let's just do one more of these and just see if I get a character. Let's see what happens. Alright, what main character? Majiro Ryan. Okay. Always roll 10 if you can. Alright, we'll do one roll 10. After that, I'm going to start being more conservative. Oh, who am I kidding? Chill for a bit for some horse facts. We'll do one more roll and then I'll get back to the horse facts. Frankly, I don't really know what I'm doing here. I just see bright, colorful horses. Okay, let's get some horses. Majiro Ryan, fun fact, he's one of the few horses. You know how Majiro Ryan is famous for having a mohawk, kind of that high up shaved? Tachyon! My god. Anyways, back to my story. So Majiro Ryan, famous for having that kind of mohawk. There's an actual name for that in horses. It's called a roached mane. So a mohawk in racing is a roached mane. 3 gold. Is that really freaking good? I don't know what it... This your first gacha game? Yep, it is. All right, perfect. So, yeah, Majiro Ryan is ooh. All right. Yeah, here, let me get like a... Let me see what it looks like. Let me see if I can get like use my ticket. So wait, where is the ticket again? Like where is it on my menu? I'm like a blind man over here navigating this menu. Oh, this thing? Please just chill for now. Use one SSR guaranteed make debut ticket to perform SSR guaranteed one time. I don't know what this means, but Seiyun Sky. It's pretty hard. Seiyun Sky, that horse nearly. Oh, okay, that's cool. You can do two more? Okay. All right, so to kind of get more. Vodka. Okay, you know what? Let's talk about that. Vodka is my second favorite Japanese racehorse of all time. So like, vodka is one of the Vodka's one of the coolest in my opinion because of what she was able to pull off, winning the Japanese Derby. Similar to how like what's the word? Regret won the Kentucky Derby, winning colors and genuine risk. That's what Vodka did for the Japanese Derby. Before her, I believe the last horse to win the Japanese Derby was a horse named Kurofuji, which means cliff. Kurofuji is one of the few Japanese horses to retire undefeated. In 11 races, she never lost. Kurofuji. She's one of the like great classic horses, like Toki no Minoru. I'm curious if they've either implemented her yet, or what's the word, or if they want to in the future. Kurofuji, like they really captured the white hair on her head. Yeah, she has a really nice marking. All right, let's see what this does. Oh, great. Super Creek. You see, I actually have a mother who loves me, so I am in no worries that Super Creek is now in my possession. Nothing to see here, folks. Super Creek's a pretty good horse. Very underrated. Peace of mind. Yep, the secretary. That's a super good card, apparently. I've heard some people mention that. Damn. Hey, I achieved a goal or something, I guess. Cool. So UR are the highest rarity of UMA, and support cards, so you know you have a UR with a rainbow color showing. A gold also has a chance to turn into a rainbow during a poll. Okay, so basically we're shooting for the rainbows here. Like that's what we want to do, right? Like what's the word? So we're pulling for the rainbows, which kind of makes sense considering how much of the rainbow is going on in this game. You want rainbows to come out? I mean, this is a lesbian horse racing game, so we do want rainbows here. Okay, that's just news. Greetings, and once again, welcome to Tracing Academy. What is this? Oh, it's like, oh, these are like goals. Okay. So those are all, okay, go to the shop. Okay, so this is something for me to think about later. He's gonna crash out. God, how the heck am I? What am I supposed to do here? Elgari's the best one. What even are like what is the pros of this? You know what I mean? Like, what are the pros of each horse? Is it just cool to have? Is it like... Yeah, you know what? I'm just going to worry about this later. This is way over my pay grade. Yeah, you know what? I'll put my foot down. All right, let me catch my breath a little bit. I'll be right back. I'm just gonna get a drink. I'm just gonna get a nice soda or something, and then and then I'll just move on from here. We'll see what we do. And we're back. Why is there a cursor? Because I'm streaming on a computer. Will there be more horse facts later? There's always more horse facts. Hydrate, everybody. We love horse facts in this house. Let's go, horse facts. Let's see. So tragic, a Mac. Oh, whatever. Ugh. All right, then. Let's just go to career. No, enough stalling. I've been playing this game for 2 hours, and I still don't know crap. I'm doing San Pellegrino. Okay, folks, this is where we really this is where we get our feet wet and we pick a horse. Okay, you know what? I like Goldship, but the whole point of Goldship is that she's not easy to train. That she's kind of a pain in the butt. So I would assume that if I'm going to be doing this, I probably should start with an easy horse. Look, I love Goldship as much as the next man. I mean, literally, let me turn on my web camera. I literally have Goldship with me right here. I mean, this is my buddy here. But if I'm going to be learning this game, then I'm going to have to start slow. But anyways, here's my Goldship plushie. I hope you guys like it. You can rest on my shoulder sometimes. Okay, Bakshin's the easiest, and we're doing that. Let's see. Yeah, I did this for my Q&A, and I still love it to pieces. All right, you know what? Bakshin it is. All right. Okay, pick a legacy. So, okay, Bakshin is a sprinter horse. So what would I use for my support? Oh, auto select. Okay, auto select. So my stats have gone up. Wish you good luck. Thank you very much, Isabella. All right, auto select my deck. Let's just go in and play. It's not like I'm here to master the game just yet. Spend 30 TP to begin training. All right, folks, let's meet our girl. Have a good night, German soldier. I think we already saw this, but... Actually, we already did this. Let's just skip this scene. Their legacies live on! Speed went up by... Hey, speed! Speed! Oh, yeah, if you all need to go to bed, just go to bed. 11 turns to reach goal. The reason for that being... Okay, I'm off to run at 1,200 meters. I'll show what world-class speed is like. Bakshin, Bakshin! Accelerating straight off the bat. Fun fact, there's actually one horse in Japan who is faster than Sakura Bakshino. I think that's how it's pronounced, right? You don't really say the U, it's just Bakshin-o. Nope, not Panthalassa. It's Lord Kanaloa. Lord Kanaloa is the fastest horse in Japan. So Sakura Bakshino, one of the biggest things that horse ever accomplished was winning the Sprinter Stakes in a record time of 107.1. The horse who broke that record with a 106.7 was Lord Kanaloa. Lord Kanaloa was also the first horse since Sakura Bakshino to win 2 Sprinter Stakeses. They also took the Takaratsuna. I think I'm totally butchering the name, but I think it's pronounced like Takaratsuna Mayakinen, which is another top sprint. And also, he was the first Japanese horse to win the Hong Kong Sprint. Lord Kanaloa is the name of like a Hawaiian ruler. No, not the Takarazuka Kinen. Good guess, but it's the Takamatsunamiya Kinen. It's this thing. It's a sprint race. Yep, Takatsunomiya. Takamatsu no Miyakinen. We're trying to run over 12 meters just now. Yes. My legs felt good today, so I thought I might be able to show you a perfect 2,400 meter run. I'm fine. My potential for growth is unlimited. Take it easy there! The moment the distance increases even a little bit, her performance drops. It seems like she really is best suited for sprinting. After training is over, I begin laying out an overall plan to help her develop. Hello, this class representative is here. It's me, Sakura Bakshino. I don't remember calling for you. No, class representatives are great at showing up and showing before being asked. Speed equals top late run. Okay, perfect. I'll have to look at that later when I'm training. With that, allow me to go through all the formalities once more. Wait, what? Observing etiquette is an important part of being a class representative. First off, let me congratulate my trainer for attaining such a prestigious job. Well, I do like making monies. Thank you? Oh, God. The days I get to gaslight things and win because of it. I'll drink to that. I'm sure you're already overflowing with enthusiasm. How to best use my abounding excellence. Yes, that's for certain. I hardly intend to continue to Bakshin with your guidance. Whatever the heck being Bakshin is. Will aspire to achieve unprecedented, earth-shattering epithets. That is winning G1 races through sheer speed. That's my goal. I'll draw up a plan. Here, take a good look. You're going to take on all the G1 races in a single year? Oh, please. Am I killing everybody's ears, or is it just me? Yep, that's about 30 races. I'm class representative. I can see it in greatness where all is being failed. You can't participate in all these races in 1 year? That's suicide. I explain how certain races can only be run during certain periods and that there are different entry requirements for each race. So there's a race like the Asahi Futurity and the Hachijuno Affinities, which you can only enter 1 year in junior year, and you can only shoot for the Triple Crown in Classic year. Interesting. That's basic knowledge. Do I keep the southern accent, or do I talk like a normal person? Oh, that's cool. Baku means explosion. She also got to consider things like distance aptitude and issues with scheduling. Winning every G1 race is completely impossible. Therefore, shouldn't we narrow down what races you're aiming for? Whichever destroys your throat less. Good thing is that the southern accent does not hurt my throat. What really would hurt my throat is like a deep voice. The Breeders' Cup, that broke my heart. It's your duty as class representative to set a reasonable schedule. I tell her it's a responsibility class and easy to understand. Man, she is so determined, yet so kind of dumb. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Let's narrow down the races. The Triple Crown. She's clueless and naive. Fair enough. I'll just see if I can last an hour. Like, I'll see if I can go for another hour. And until I get tired, I'll just call it. Like, I'm not going to complete the whole career now, but like I'll continue it like in another stream. Okay, let's go with that plan. Yeah, we gotta really... That's the one thing I know about Sakura Bakshino, is that she is one of the best sprinters in Japan. Where does your username come from? Okay, that's a fun story. So, this is not my first YouTube channel. But on that original YouTube channel, I had the name Sketch Show on it. And Sketch Show was what I used to do. I used to make sketch comedy. And because of how long the name was, people would call me Sketchy. That was my nickname. So when I wanted to make another YouTube account, I thought Sketchy's a good name, and I'm a horse dude. Why not combine it? So I turned it into Sketchy the Horse Guy. In hindsight, it kind of sounds like a Sonic the Hedgehog character. You know how every Sonic the Hedgehog character has their name and then like their species? It sounds like that. Like Being the Dynamite, Silver the Hedgehog, all that. But that's how Sketchy the Horse Guy came from. When is your next race call actually? The truth is, I don't know. My internship at Horseshoe Indy is ended, so I'm not really needed at any racetrack to call races. So for now, I can kind of I'm not really calling anywhere. Is it marketable? I don't know. I gotta bail, but have a good stream. Love your horse facts. Thank you up. With Being the Dynamite, thank you very much. I don't know if it is. Yeah, I did. I was kind of surprised by that. All right, time to guide her. All right, Sakura Bakshino begins training. Oh, hey, the skill points went up. That's nice. When I arrive at work in the morning, ready to start the day with the director. Good morning, trainer. It's finally time to start working with your trainee, isn't it? Together, you'll strengthen your bodies and minds. If you're able to achieve consistent results, you may be able to earn a G1 title, the very pinnacle of racing. I'll do my best. Are most crucial if your training hasn't achieved a satisfactory record 3 years after her debut. I'm afraid her contract with you may be canceled. That makes these 3 years a critical period for her. Please work together and find a way to make it through. Yes, ma'am. You probably should start for training for an upcoming debut. Well then, off you go. Okay, learn skills for racing advantages. So, I don't know when my next race call is going to be. For now, it's just playing this game. Okay, training. Oh, so I die if the horse has an unsatisfactory result? It's free real estate. Well, first things first. Ah, man. I'd hate to be glue. Well, first things first. We gotta train up speed. I mean, that is the most important thing here. Let's go for some speed. Be sure to not miss it. All right, the start of the URA finale. And a thought of the behind the process. Excellent question. I'm glad you asked. In short, it allows every Musume to seek a chance at glory. So it's the Breeders' Cup. So an announcement of the URA finale rocks the racing world. Immediately afterward, the information session is held for everyone at Tracing Academy. It's already buzzing with training and Uma Musume. Funnily enough, you can literally win the whole career just by training speed for Bakshin. Pretty much the goals reference the horse's actual races. Oh yeah, I know that's what they did with like Air Shakur. Every horse thing is named. Every goal is named after a Tupac album. The director, it's Northern Taste, right? Isn't that who she is? Northern Taste was one of the founding sires of Japanese racing before Sunday Silence. Still a lot of confusion and uncertainty. The atmosphere persists as director Akikawa's URI finale briefly sessions begin. You know too much, Trainer-san points out a gun. Why does Tokino Minoru want to kill me? Are there any other horses named after rappers? Okay. Not that I know of. There's no horse named after Biggie. There was a horse actually there was a horse named Whitmore who was a champion sprinter in America who listened. No, not Whitmore. It was Mind Your Biscuits. So there was this horse named Mind Your Biscuits who won the Dubai Golden Shaheen. They were a world-class sprinter. Don't die. I don't plan on it. And Mind Your Biscuits listens to 2000s rap like Eminem. So the horse may not be named after a rapper, but the horse likes to listen to rap. So Mind Your Biscuits, New York bred, won 2 runnings of the Dubai Golden Shaheen, was like second in the Breeders' Cup Sprint. Mind Your Biscuits loved rap. So look that horse up later. He's an awesome horse. I loved Mind Your Biscuits as a kid. He has good taste. Yeah, it's Mind Your Biscuits, like Mind Your Business. I want her to win the Arimakin. I want to conquer the Derby. I want the strongest Musume. Have you ever had dreams you couldn't realize because the distance or track surface just wasn't right for you? That is a smart choice. Oh, hey, it's vodka and King Halo. Heed me. I aim to create a world where all Musume aspire for a race they can shine. So that means that we're going to go for the URA finale sprint. Or whatever that is. Behold, the UR finale will feature all distances and tracks. All distances? All tracks? Just like the Arimakin and the Takarazuka-kin and participating races will be selected by fan vote. Ergo, only Uma Musume who have won many fans through their performances in the Twinkle series will take part. Mind your biscuits or you will no longer have your biscuits. I don't know. What's your favorite naming convention for a racehorse? Silver Lining. That was a classic from Hong Kong. That's a good question. There's a lot that work. One of my least favorite is one of the, I think the laziest is just combining the mother and the father into one name. I feel like that's very cheap. And it can be very lazy sometimes. But I think that I like names that are subtle references to things. Like, if it's a subtle reference to the pedigree or a subtle reference to something special, I just like a name that means something. Or just a name that's funny. You know? Alright, it's time to train. More speed! Energy went down. Oh, hey, my friendship with Super Creek went up. Perfect! It seems as though Sakura Bakshino has gained something. Stamina! Guts! This curry turned out wonderfully. I hope everyone enjoys it. Oh, of course, Oguri Cap is here. The birth of yet another Bakshin cult? Oh, that's lovely. Recover stamina, mood up. Just by combining the mom and dad's name also resulted in kids looking... Yeah, that one. Thank you for adding the affectionate part there, Leopold Shark. Well, that's nice of Super Creek to think of us. Well, of course, this is Oguri Cap. Of course. Actually, wait a minute. Oguri Curry. Okuri Cap. You can trademark that. I'll have some Okuri Cap. It's nice that after being such vicious rivals in the comment or not in the manga, they settle down and they just enjoy food together. Oguri fat? Oh, come on. There actually are a few horses that almost ate as much as Oguri Cap. For comparison, Oguri Cap ate about 20 pounds, could probably eat about 20 pounds of food a day. Secretariat ate about 14 liters, so not as much as Oguri Cap. But there was one horse who was like 18 two hands and weighed like 1,500 pounds, and he was the only horse who could keep up with Oguri Cap's appetite, eating about 20 pounds of food a day. Yeah, it was called show. It's like a measurement system. I don't know exactly how it works. So wait, so okay, so what about like recreation and stuff? Like when's a good time to use recreation and rest? And also when do you and how do you unlock actually racing? Oh, so basically I have to go through like 9 turns before I can make a race. So I have to train up until then. Okay. Okay. So I have about 9 so okay, so I have now 8 turns in order to get my horses entered to be in tip-top shape. After the debut, you can run on any turn. Okay, okay. So then things get easier. All right. You'd better make it the mile for your own good. I'm going for the medium distance race, and I'm always number 1. What? Them's fighting words. Now kiss me. Anyways. Recreation is for mood up, rest is for getting energy, and after your debut race, you can race. Racing unlocks after your debut. Recreation is suggested by the game when you're at a normal mood or below and below max energy. Resting should be done if you have a failure chance for trainings. Recreation helps your Uma fail training less and perform better in races. Okay. Come, Sky, I shall grant you an honor of racing with me. Join me for another round of partner running. You ever heard of Goodbye Halo? Goodbye Halo ran against Winning Colors, who was the last filly to win the Kentucky Derby. Goodbye Halo, like her father Halo, was also considered rather temperamental and pretty mean. She won the 1988 Kentucky Oaks before she retired and gave birth to King Halo. Sunday Silence, The Godfather. Yep, the mother. What is this huge machine? Well, Northern Taste is going nuts. What is going on? Serendipity. Why, if it isn't Trainer Sketchy? I forget that I have an actual name or something. Oh, the mom is really mean? Well, that's because that's because the mom herself was not a very nice horse. Hi, Ice. No, wait just a moment, director. But yeah, the mom is officially named Goodbye Halo. She officially also not just ran against Winning Colors, she also ran against a horse named Personal Ensign. Um, um, she's a good Uma Musume, but in career she'll have a handicap. Then there's Personal Ensign. Personal Ensign was the horse who also beat Goodbye Halo. Personal Ensign is a very rare American horse who actually stayed undefeated. She ran 13 times and she never lost once, although she nearly lost in the Breeders' Cup Distaff. She broke slowly, she didn't like the mud, but she just nailed Winning Colors at the finish line. And in between them was Goodbye Halo, a very good racehorse, but also a very nasty one. She was known to be rather mean. Like her father, Halo. That's why the character is depicted as not very nice. I can't draw Isabella. I literally have the worst artistry in the whole world. Yeah, I've been looking through this lore for a long time, my friend. That's why I've made these videos. That's why I try to kind of meet you guys halfway and play these games because I want to because I really want to keep you guys around and enjoy IRL horse racing. So, in short, I feel like the only way that's fair to get you guys to want to enjoy real life horse racing is to have me show interest in your guys' IPs. So, watch the show, learn about it, learn about why you guys like it, and play the games. Yes, okay, you can draw. Cool. Vindication. I don't know. I'm confused. I'm a fan of that. Glad you are, Dandersnatch. Let's see. Who was the mother of Northern Taste? I actually don't know. Well, what is your local race course, Mendoza? That implies that there's an Uma Musume of Sketchy calling for U.S. Uma Musume races. Hey, if you guys want to draw that, I'm not going to stop you. Okay, a racehorse name. How about I'll give you an easy one. Just Rich Strike. Let's start with Rich Strike, Isabel. Leicester Racecourse. Um, in England. Oh, that's a cool one. That's a nice little track. That's a cool approach. I've been more interested in the IRL horses lately, and your channel helps with that. Well, that's part of what I'm trying to do. And I'm really glad that you guys are along for the ride and have been sticking around for so long. Naturally, everything rests on the presence of those who bear the hopes and dreams of the fans on the shoulders. That is to say that if the race is to succeed, you must have your star Uma take part. Oh, right. So basically, we need Bakshin to participate. Well, we'll do our best, everybody. We'll make it to the URA finale if it's the last thing I do. Oh, hey, Sayun Sky. Racing 2 and I requested a book on Seabiscuit that I'll be reading soon. Hopefully it's an American Legend, because that's the expansive book on written by Laura Hillenbrand. That's like the place to go, in my opinion. So what makes horse racing slowly decrease interest from your perspective? Okay, very difficult question, but it has a pretty simple answer. It simply comes down to the fact that we haven't changed. We haven't done anything new for a long time. Horse racing, for one thing, starting in the 1980s, sports gambling and lotteries started showing up, which meant that horse racing now had competition for betting. So now it has to compete in the market against other things, when before horse racing kind of had a monopoly on gambling. Good job, Pompadour Samurai. That's perfect. And then after that, I feel like being a jerk. Get those legs moving. Oh, that's good. More skill points. Hey, second wind. I don't actually know, because Seiun Sky was actually a bold frontrunner in real life. But maybe they were... But maybe Seiun Sky was a lazy horse? I'm not fully sure. But in general, horse racing starting in the 80s, there was more competition from other sources of gambling, and we just never bothered to change. We haven't advanced technology. We haven't really changed our marketing practices. We keep marketing to the old man when we need to be marketing to younger people. So the biggest reason of horse racing's very slow decrease in popularity has been because we haven't changed anything. So what used to work doesn't work anymore. Boat racing is pretty fun. Omaha was the only one. Good ball knowledge. However, Ray Count, winner of the 1928 Kentucky Derby, won the Coronation Cup in England on Epsom Derby Day, and then also was second in the Ascot Gold Cup. And Ray Count was the father of Count Fleet, winner of the 1943 Kentucky Derby, Preakness and Belmont. So a Kentucky Derby winner besides Omaha did travel outside of it, but it was never a Triple Crown winner other than that. Yeah, it 100% has. That's why Uma Musume is so important to me, and why I'm trying so hard to capitalize on it, because this is it. Like, this is one of the best. This is the best thing to happen to horse racing since ever. Okay, 7% failure. Do I rest her or do I try again? Like, if there's any chance for failure, if there's any chance for failure, should I just not risk it, or should I like just press forward? All right, we need. Okay, over 10% is bad. Okay, very low. All right, we'll do this once. Oh, wit. Wit doesn't have a failure thing. Well, then let's try wit. She hit the books. Hey, the energy went up. Where the heck is my horse? Rest or wit training anything over 15%. Okay, that's a good note. Slacker! Wit has no negatives for failing and always recovers at least 5 energy. She ditched me? Oh, that's not very nice. But I have to take her to the aquarium. Sakura Ganshin, that is funnier than it should ever anyway see. What heck? Great work, Meek. You ran well today. Oh my god! I didn't know. Hey, I didn't know you recognized me. Oh my god, your trainer's sketchy. Huh? Me? Trainer, who is this? Oh, I'm sorry, Meek. I just ran off, didn't I? It's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Aoi Kurian. I'm a Tracing Academy trainer just like you. I bet she subscribes to your channel. Totally. Subscribes to Sketchy the Horse Guy. Happy Meek and Super Creek. That's actually kind of funny. Like, that's actually so good. Like, a fake horse actually became real because of the game. Oh yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, she seems kind of lost in space. Meek is autistic. You know, I relate. Hey, it was nice for them to get. Hey, at least they actually went to the aquarium, unlike my stupid horse who ditched me. So I'll take it. At least they actually appreciated the jellyfish. New training partner. Well, that happens a lot. Oh, hey, it's Top Gun. Oh, hey, it's the humongous Hishi Ekibono, the heaviest JRA Group 1 winner besides Capono Ricky, at about 561 kilos. Or about 1,200 pounds. Man, you can't find any loyalty in this place. These horses ain't loyal. Oh, that's actually really cool. My God. Yeah, Hishi Akebono. I mean, everything about that horse is just big. Yeah, so Hishi Akebono is so huge because they are the heaviest JRA Group 1 winner in all of horse racing history. Like, well, not horse racing history, in all of Japanese racing. Weighing about 560 kilos, which is about 1,200 pounds, which is heavier than any other. The only horse who weighed more was Capono Ricky, who was a local dirt Group 1 winner. I think they only weighed like 5 kilos more, but still, it was just a little bit. But yeah, Hishe Akebono was a very large horse. The largest horse in history, though, in Japanese racing was Shogun, who weighed even heavier. I believe about 600 kilos. That's the heaviest horse just to win a race. Thank you so much. That's what I'm here for, to give IRL horse racing history while playing this silly video game. The Umeyaru gag series is a running joke of Akebono being bigger and bigger. That's actually really cute. All right, more speed. Gotta go fast! Oh, hey, thank you for giving me more, like, success or whatnot. I leveled up and stuff. Hair ties, hair ties. Capono Ricky, I actually don't remember exactly how many epic races they had, but I know that Capono Ricky was a very good dirt horse. But yeah, the biggest horse is Hishi Akebono. I may even just make a video just about them. It just depends. Like, I don't know. What do you guys want me to make videos on? Because I have a few ideas. Like, after this, I'm probably going to make a YouTube short about Lord Kanaloa, because I want to make a video where I hook somebody in by saying this horse is faster than Sakura Bakshino, and then, you know, and then tell them about Lord Kanaloa. Because I don't want to necessarily directly talk about just the Uma horses. I want to, like, continue to stretch people's knowledge. No, that's not Zenyatta. This is Hishi Akebono, the big horse of Japan. Beholder versus Almond Eye. They are very different. Maybe from this game I can. You know what? It's time for some rest and relaxation. That's basically, I mean, that was what I did before this. Um, so Seabiscuit, I have a video on my YouTube channel where I talk about the what's the word? I talk about the inaccuracies in the Seabiscuit movie. 10 inaccuracies with Seabiscuit. You can look that up. There's two versions of it. One I made when I was 15 and one I made when I was 20 years old. I've grown a lot since then. But so I've done Seabiscuit. Seabiscuit versus Oguri Cap is what I'm considering. For like horse racing versus videos, what's the word? For like horse racing versus videos, my idea is or at least some of my ideas include what's the word? Like the next episode is going to be Agnes Tachyon versus Fuji Kiseki, which I want to make this week. Then the next versus is going to be Sunday Silence versus Alice Shiba. After that, I'm debating between Seabiscuit versus Oguri Cap, Native Dancer versus Man of War, and a couple others. There's a lot on my list, more than you can imagine. American Pharaoh versus Arrowgate, Bold Roller versus Fair Play, Sham versus Aladar, Bet Twice versus Easy Goer, Genuine Risk versus Winning Colors. There's a lot of verses. Secretariat, I'm never going to make a direct video on him because everyone's already done it. It's the most oversaturated video that exists. And my hope is to instead focus on horses that people don't know the stories of, because horse racing has too many interesting stories to just be forgotten. Everyone already knows Secretariat. It's time that people learned about other horses. Thank you very much. That video was a total passion project. I actually have a review of that movie on my YouTube channel. So, Kodir, if you look at my horse media reviews, like before I ever reviewed Uma Musume, the first thing I ever reviewed was Hidalgo. I reviewed Hidalgo on my YouTube channel. You know what? I think I've trained... I feel like I've trained speed enough. Actually, have I? Do you think that this is enough speed, or do I need to keep improving speed? Because, like, I don't know, what are ideal stats for a junior race? Because I don't know whether just to rest her up to the race or to just keep maxing stats. Like, to keep maxing out my speed. Bala Bali, I love that horse. Yeah, Bala Bali, Brazilian Triple Crown winner turned American Group 1 winner. Oh. That changes the ball game. In that case, let's just go and let's just run. %4 failure. Let's try power. All right, let me raise the power. Why, hello there. I didn't think I'd bump into you. Oh, hey, I get to dine with somebody. You know, it's nice that I actually get to go out with a human character and not have to worry about instead of the horses. Most players use the pre-debut to farm friendship to make it friendship training trigger earlier. Let's see, Farlap, I once made a video on him, but I wasn't really happy with it. Maybe someday I will, but Farlap's another horse that I think is so well known that he's not on my priority list. Oh, sweet. Cool. Oh, hey, Meek Beater. Oh, bravo. Autistic horse reflects the autistic trainer? Exactly. Training anything other than speed seems too technical for now. Okay, that makes sense. Trainer sketchy? Yes, absolutely. Man, I got game. I would debate if she's the most autistic horse. Hey, my energy went up a lot. Oh, and the story, it's no debate. Fair enough, I haven't watched it yet. Stego Clan is still terror of Japan in horse racing, lol. Yeah, don't they get called like the Stegosaurs or something really cool? Hey, I found an idea. It contributed to her growth. More stamina, more power. Okay. In that case, one more bit of speed, and then I think it's time to race everybody. Oh, hey, it's Haru Arara. I want to eat more carrot ice cream. Biku Pegasus. What country do you feel like is pretty underrated in horse racing, both in horses and racing? Um, that's actually a really good question. Um, Korea. South Korea has some solid dirt racing. They have huge fields and they're a steadily growing place. Jamaica is getting better every day, although they have a lot of work to do. But I do think that they have so like Jamaica's growing, Barbados is actually surprisingly good. Um France actually is sometimes really underrated. Um but yeah, South Korea especially is pretty underrated. New Zealand gets kind of swept under the rug. Hope you enjoy the game. No worries, Codier. You have a good night. Yeah, I think after this race, I'll call it a night. Yeah, yelling feels good. Also, a vid on Affirmed would be cool. Yeah, Affirmed is a pretty awesome horse. Let's see. Okay, folks, we finally did it. It's race day. So wait, do I have to like do equip skills automatically, or or is it already there? Like, do I have to worry about that, or so? Where would I go? Don't worry about it. All right. I'm glad it did. I love that horse. You can genuinely win super early races with just your Uma's unique skill. Predictions are bum. You should always go balls. Okay, that makes sense. Let's just get racing. I think I've procrastinated enough. Time really has come, Bakushin. My greatest challenge yet is time. You seem pumped up. I am. First, I'll make a huge splash with the perfect debut. Gasp. I'm ready to give them a surprise of their lives. It's time for a glorious debut. All right, folks, this is the field. So wait, quick question. How do I mute the commentary for the race? All right. Right. Let me just quickly get my Word document up so I can get the horses into place. Actually, quick question. Does the game automatically save, or do I have to save it manually? Because, I don't want to lose all my progress here. Ribbon Mazurka. Duo Aspis. Automatically. Okay, good. I didn't want to have to worry about that. Duo Aspis Freystat. All right, Freystat, Jewel Onyx. Okay. Duo Perte. Duo Perte. Sakura Bakshino. Excellency. And Shufla. Avec Dream. Oh yeah, Inch of Love. That's the big thing, right? Okay, that's the 9 horses. All right, everybody. You guys ready for a horse race or what? Change the strat. Change and go to the front. Okay. My strategy is fixed. It's time to do this thing. Thank you, Nanton. We're just about to race one more time and the stream's about to end. Okay. 3. Ribbon Mazurka, Duo Aspis, Freystat, Jewel Onyx, Duo Perte, Sakura Bakshino, and Shufla, Avec Dream. The favorite is Sakura Bakshino. Second choice will be Duo Perte. Time to make a debut. Let's finish this on a high note, shall we? Time for the juniors to make a debut. I'll drink to that. With the rain yesterday, things are a little soggy, but this still should be a fast race. In the gate. Ready for the start. And away we go. Sakura Bakshino was a little slow at the gates, and Shufla goes out to the front along with, there goes Sakura Bakshino. They are picking it up a notch, and there they go. Sakura Bakshino just in front. Then to the outside, it is then Shufla, and then alongside them, it is Freystat. Freystat is looking for a challenge with Shufla, and right behind them, it's a few lengths back to Duo Aspis with Jewel Onyx. Gap back to Avec Dream and Jewel Onyx, but here goes Bakshin. Bakshin is moving up. Alongside Bakshin, there is Freystat on the inside, who leads them with a slim advantage. Bakshin is in second with 400 meters to go. It's a two-horse race. Right behind them, it's Excellency with Shufla in the fourth spot. Alongside them, it is Duo Aspis. Freystat and Sakura Bakshino are head-to-head with 200 meters left to go. Sakura Bakshino, though, is kicking it up a notch, and they're blasting away. Bakshin by 3 lengths. It was a mad dash for second, but no doubt about the winner. Sakura Bakshino cruised home by 2.5 lengths. Second place was Freystat. Then it was Avec Dream with Duo Aspis. I can see why people form addictions to these kind of games. Oh yeah, the winning concert or whatnot. Yep, it's concert time. Slowly but surely I am. It is gambling. Was Seabiscuit a good singer? I have no idea. From what I've heard, his voice was kind of hoarse. Oh yeah, the theme song from the first season. Yeah, pretty much. If you play with Marzensky, they will do the concert with only 5 Umas. Just 5. Oh, right. Now I get it. I was trying to really channel in my dad joke. Yeah, I'm glad we don't have to worry about the choreography. Wow, that song was so great. I can't believe it. Wow, I bet you all could hear it and enjoy it so much. All right, I win a bunch of things. You heard it in your mind? Perfect. That's all that matters. I can see myself running at a speed like never before, charging down the Buckshin Road. Thank you for streaming. Have a good night, everybody. Yep, all right. So, we've done our thingy-majiggy. We've won our races. Our goal was complete. Thank you. We have our next goals. We'll worry about that tomorrow. Yep. All right. Perfect. All right. You guys have a good night. Thank you all so much for watching. We'll see. I don't know when I'll do it next time. Do you plan on playing the game? Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I mean, considering how well received this was, then I think that yeah, I'll definitely play more of this in the future. Thank you all so much. This is Sketchy the Horse Guy signing off. New videos coming soon.